Hey, what up everyone? I'm Sinnycool, and this is Gems of War. Today I have your weekly preview for the week of December 5th, 2022. So that means SOULFORGE, World Event, Event Key Drop Table, Glory Shop, Traitstone, Campaign, etc. I think we also have the Guild Wars this week, which is always, not fun, it's annoying. I don't know. It's annoying. I don't know. Guild Wars is fun. Anyway, let's go to the SOULFORGE and see what's up here. I had the team video out already for the World Event, if you want to check that out. The scoring's really easy. I didn't even do a video about it. Just don't pick Lamia and do base rarity. But let's see what's in here in the SOULFORGE. The Archdeva, Aquaticus, the Possessed King, and your Rally. Wow, pretty good one here. No top 10s, but a lot of like B tier, A tier, A minus. I don't know. A lot of good stuff here. A lot of it is things that go well with other things that are better, really. But stuff you need, stuff that you're probably looking for and need. So I would say, out of all of these, man, it's a hard decision. Those are all right around the same area as far as like tier and when you should craft them. So this is probably going to be on a case-to-case basis on what you would craft here. If you have Scorpius and you don't have your Rally and you're trying for the Scorpius your Rally difficulty 12 Explorer team, your Rally might be the way to go. If you do not have Scorpius, or you already have Scorpius in your Rally, you might want to go the Possessed King or the Archdeva. That's a hard one. I would say the Possessed King, maybe. But Archdeva's up there, too. It's going to be whatever your situation is. Archdeva is like if you have Lord of Slaughter or the Zul'Goth and you just want to get it up really quickly. That's usually what he's used for. And then Possessed King's used for stuff like the Skull Waterfall team and has a really cool third trait. But otherwise, he doesn't do very much other than that. So he may be the... Let's redo this. Let's redo this. All right, I'm going to go your Rally as the first choice, especially if you have Scorpius and are trying for the Scorpius Rally thing. I think it's the most useful out of all the ones in here. It's not a top 10 or anything. It's probably not even a top 15. Scorpius is the star of the show, and she just supports him. And Scorpius isn't a top 10 or a top 15 either. So what does that tell you? I don't know. But there's a bunch of mythics in the SOULFORGE that are useful. And here's one of them, and this would be my first recommendation, especially if you have Scorpius. 22 green, blue, yellow, Mista Scales Divine Naga. Deal true damage to all enemies, boosted by Naga and undead allies. Summon a Bone Naga. Poison Gaze. Poison all enemies on 4 or 5 gym matches. Now, that might not be the most exciting one for you guys, but if you have Scorpius and you've been waiting for it, it might be. I'll go with probably Archdeva next, even though I like the Possessed King more. 20 red, yellow, purple, white helm, divine human. Choose an ally, give them 65 attack, life, and armor, and fill their mana. Can be only cast once. Sanctuary, barrier, and bless a random ally when matching 4 or more gems. So he can only cast once, but you could cast that on a very high level, a high mana cost mythic. And then he also has Sanctuary, so he's not totally useless once he casts a spell. A lot of troops in the game that only have a one-time cast spell, they're then useless after they do that. But this guy has Sanctuary, so you can get a barrier and bless a random ally when matching 4 or more gems the entire time, while he maybe can't cast a spell, but he can do that. So probably the second best this week. And then the Possessed King, third best, but still really good. 26 green, blue, purple, Darkstone, Daemon Human. Deal damage to all enemies, boosted by both Daemon allies and enemies. There are 3 separate 20% chances to transform a random enemy into a Daemon. That's not why he's used, though. He's used mostly for unstable possession. Explode 2 random gems on 4 or 5 gem matches. It's fun. It goes good on the Skull Waterfall team. Look that up on my channel. And that's what he's used for mostly these days. He used to be a top 10 borderline. And, just other things come in, and come in, and come in, and come in, and he just moves down and down and down and down. He's not used as much anymore, but he's still really cool. And, yeah, I just think your Rally and Archdeva are more... I don't know. There are support mythics that are used in teams that are used for, like, more often. I don't know. Possessed King is cool as well. And then the last is Aquaticus, which is another one. It's not that terrible. So every single mythic in the SOULFORGE this week is above average to like top 25-ish. So I would say this one's like a C+, a C, and then like Urali's like a what, like a B+ or A- or something like that. I don't know. Maybe I'm talking crazy. But Aquaticus, 24 green, blue, yellow, Merlantis, Elemental Mystic, deal light splash damage to 3 random enemies, explode half the blue gems on the board, submerge all allies and magic 4 or more gems, and spell armor. So not terrible, like above average mythic. So the worst mythic in the SOULFORGE this week is above average, so that's pretty good. And a bunch of useful support mythics is basically what you got. Urali's, the reason I say Urali's the best is because she also does true damage to all enemies, so she could, you know, be used by herself. Archdeva can't be used by himself. Possessed King can't really be used by himself. So that's why I went with Urali as the number 1 this week. As far as legendaries go, we got Orion, who is not great. We got Keelan, who is awesome, and I'm using Keelan in the World Event team, and it goes really good with Shegra. Starflower, I don't use very often at all. And what else? What's the other one? High Priestess Chaska, which I don't use very often. I've seen it, you know, it can be used. It's kind of like, to me, this troop is kind of like, what's the dragon god's name? It's like that one, where you could use it if you want to, but there's other better things, but it's still pretty good. Like, you'll see someone using it every so often, and you're like, oh, wow. But then there's usually something better than that, but it's still pretty good, maybe the second best thing. So, I don't know. That's always second place, it seems like. It's kind of like that Ishtara. But Orion, Keelan, so once again, it's second place. Keelan is the best thing here, in my opinion. 18 red, yellow, Shintang, Divine Beast, convert purple gems to brown, and convert purple gems to red, and brown gems to skulls. Bless 2 random allies. Song of Light, summon a light storm at the start of battle. This troop is really good with Divine Ishbala and Moon Rabbit with Rope Dart, and that's a really good team that has no mythics on it. It's one of the best teams with no mythic. Sitting right up there with, like, Yao Gui, Queen Titania, as far as teams with no mythic on them. So definitely one you want to grab, and probably the best legendary, and maybe a top 10. It's borderline, because there's probably 10 legendaries that maybe you should get first. You know, you got to think about, like, Tesla and Yao Gui and stuff like that. But Keelan's really, really up there. Kind of similar to Urali, to where, you know, it goes with another troop. Like, Divine Ishbala is the star of that team, and then Keelan is the second best in that team. If you don't count Rope Dart. And then, like, Scorpius is the best on that team, and then Urali, but it needs Urali. So Divine Ishbala needs Keelan. Anyway, I guess High Priestess Chaska would be next. 16 purple, yellow, Suncrest Divine Strix. Deal damage to all enemies boosted by yellow gems. Bless all yellow allies. What's the boost ratio? 2 to 1. And then it conjures a light storm when my turn begins. So, you know, you can maybe, if you put a bunch of yellow gems on the board, it could do its thing. I like troops that hit all enemies and have a boost ratio. But most of the time I'm probably going to use Phoenicia or something, you know what I mean? Or, you know, Finesse or Guard's Avatar. So, I don't know. I always feel like there's something that's better than High Priestess Chaska. But if you just want to be different, you can use High Priestess Chaska. It's kind of like using a star, like I said earlier. Then what would be next? So we got Starflower and Orion. They're both just kind of nothings. Damage to all enemies boosted by ally enemy, Fae, blah, blah, blah. Nothing too great there. Fairy Fire's decent. And then, Orion, just like one of the first legendaries ever, if I remember correctly. It does a range of damage to an enemy and Hunters marks them and gains 5 magic. It's got True Shot, 75% chance to ignore armor with skull damage. It was like the Lord of Slaughter before Lord of Slaughter, kind of. But Lord of Slaughter is way better. Alright, so that is that. Let's go check out the weapons. What's this one? Explodey, Kitar, Summony. Scarab Blade, Explodey Undead, Summony. Doom Tome is here. I'm sure some people's panties are already in the air. Especially in a Guild Wars week. Bone Shield, Keytar, Purple Brown. Withering Touch, steal life from the first enemy and drain all mana from them. I don't really see anything that's like super duper you must get. So I guess my panties are off about this one. Yeah. This would probably be the best thing here. Doom Tome. Don't think Sinnycool saying like get Doom Tome and go crazy wild with spending hours and hours on a defend team and using up all your scrolls before you use your scrolls on your other Doomed Blade or whatever. But yeah, it's probably the best thing in here because there's nothing else here that you have to get. So yeah, the SOULFORGE is mostly, you know, your Rally, Keelan, and the Doomed Book. And then if you want the Possessed King or what's the other one? The Archdeva, I wouldn't blame you. They're not bad. Those are good. Those are all three good crafts, especially if you're going to use them immediately after you craft them. Keelan, a good craft as well, kinda. It's right borderline. It's a legendary, so you could get it other ways. And you might want to save your diamonds, but if you have that whole team ready to go and you just need Keelan, like, I wouldn't blame you on that one either. And then the Doomed Book, you know, most people are just going to craft it if they don't have it, because they don't listen to me. And you should anyway, I don't know. Anyway, let's go to the World event real quick. Take a look. We got Guild Wars. Make sure you do your defends and your sentinels. We traveled to the underworld to learn about the Naga gods of the Setauri. Perhaps one of them would suit the kobolds. Of course, it was the underworld, so there was bound to be combat. Defeat enemies and gather lore scrolls to learn about Setauri gods. We got a skull damage only medal, so go check out my team video. I did 3 teams, a high level, a mid level, and a low level. I used the new troop. I made some interesting teams, and I did a cool combo with Shagar and Keelan. That was really cool, so I think it's worth watching. I feel like there's obvious teams out there that you're going to probably get other places, but if you want to check out some teams that aren't super obvious, like, check my video out. I went up to tier 3 because I was making a video. You may not have to do that. Yeah. What's the restriction? Let's go over that. Like, Oh, the scoring, since I didn't do a scoring video, it's base rarity. Do not pick Lamia. So I think it might be just base rarity, actually. But just know that Lamia is worth the least, and just do it in base rarity order, and you should be fine. If they're the same rarity, they're worth the same, so it doesn't matter. You don't have to worry about it. Pretty sure. I got it up on my screen here. Mobasir is worth the most. Urali's worth the same. Chief Dargan and Basilisk are worth the same, and then Hexrat's worth more than Lamia. But Hexrat is epic, Lamia is ultra rare. So yeah, it's just base rarity order. The 2 mythics are worth the same, the 2 legendaries are worth the same, and then Hexrat is worth more than Lamia, so it's base rarity order, super duper easy. No phases, no 2 different items to collect. It's just 1 item, no phases, base rarity order, and Lamia is worth the least. Okay, so yeah, Guild Wars. Make sure you set your defense today and your sentinels and whatnot today. And yeah, let's go back to this because it's weird if I do it later. Alright, Gladiator, new ultra rare troop Setauri Gladius. Get this troop with glory from the rewards tab of the shop. Now in the vault. The tower is now available in the vault. Defeat Cedric for a chance to get it. I'm glad they're putting that in here. Sometimes they don't. Now in the vault, Strength is now available in the vault. Defeat Cedric for a chance to get it. So you go do you do vault keys. You open your vault keys, try to get those. Guild War, help your guild win the war. Don't forget to set your defenses and fight your daily battles. Setauri Gods, experience a new world event with your guild mates. Play world event battles every day. New mythic troop, Deathlock Dralic. I've seen like 1 team that was okay. Like, he's not very good. I would save your keys up. Dragon's Totem, the campaign has started. New rewards every week. Don't miss out. Kingdom Pass. The Kingdom Pass has 6 days left. Pretty much 7. Alright, Week of Keytar. All Keytar troops gain 10% to skills. Week of Naga. All Naga gain 10% to their skills. And bonus souls if you use Setauri Gladius and Explore. Alright, Glory Shop. I was trying to do this video fast, and somehow I talked about the SOULFORGE for like 15 minutes. Like, what the heck? Setauri Gladius. 12 red, brown, Kitar, Naga. Create 8 skulls and 8 red dragon gems. Reduce damage from skulls by 30%. Become enraged when an enemy dies. Inflict bleed when doing skull damage. It's pretty cool. It does. I wish it did like a tiny bit more. I wish it did like 9 and 9 or 10 and 10 or something. But, you know, it's pretty good. If you had 2 on a team and you could cast them back to back, that would be pretty cool. I used it on my World Event team video, though, if you want to check that out. I did a team with Setauri Gladius. So I think it's just like, like so close to being good. And maybe it is. Like, I don't know. And you get an Arcane Lava Traitstones as you get it, so red and brown Traitstones. So we can go check that out and see what troops you can fully trade up. You can buy them now in the Glory Shop. While you're buying that troop, you get those red and brown Traitstones. So then you can bring them here and do this. And see what troops you could trade up. So, like, let's say, for example, you needed... let's say, for example, you needed Megavore fully traded, and brown and red was one of the stones that you were missing. You could go to the Glory Shop right now with your glory that you're not blowing on glory chests, and you could buy as many as you wanted, and then you'd have death below. 8% chance to kill the last enemy in 4 or 5 gym matches. Mother of Darkness has Blood Mark. Pharaoh Nefertani has Pharaoh's Curse. Obsidius has Earthquake. Anything else? Tina has a lot of good traits. Spell Block, Electrified Plating. I'm sure I'm missing some here. Doomstorm when an enemy dies. Magma Dragon's good. Lava Storm. King Highforge. 50% Dwarf Start. Anything else here? Herald of Damnation Empowered. Gargoyle's good. Stone Skin, Spell Armor. I think Tomb Spider has something. Deal double skull damage versus webbed enemies. You know. Maybe not the best stone ever here, but you gotta check it out. You gotta save your glory. This is how you're gonna fully trait things that are hard to fully trait, you know? Save up your glory. So maybe this week it's not a stone you need, and you just keep saving your glory until it is a stone you need. Maybe you need Leprechaun fully traded, so you're waiting for a purple-green stone. You know what I'm saying? So just save up your glory. Don't blow it all. You see how I have over 1 million? It's because I never spend it. Alright, anyway, so that is the Traitstone. Let's check out the event key drop table now. We have Kitar. So we'll go to Troops. We'll go to Kitar. Come on, Kitar. Alright, Kitar will do base rarity. We'll do show all, just in case, even though I have most troops in the game. We got Pharaoh Nefertani, not great. Ferris Ra. Somebody asked in the comments, like, so they're having trouble with souls, like getting enough souls. And I told them, like, you need to do the Vault event now. Soul farming isn't really a thing. You can still do soul farming in between Vault events. I just think it's not a good usage of time anymore. I think if you would just go super hard in the Vault events, that would be your soul farming. Because as you do Noma Paloozas, as you farm verses with Rowan or Ironhawk or Moonmage or whatever, you're getting a ton of souls. And then as you open the Vault keys that you get, you're getting a ton of souls. So if you do the Vault event right, you will never need to use Ferris Ra in between Vault events. You'll get enough from the Vault event. I'm talking about like 500 Vault keys. So I don't know if this person was getting like 500 Vault keys with a bunch of epic Vault keys too, you know, maybe like 20 to 50 epics as well. And that should cover your souls. And then you don't need to be like leveling every single troop. The only troops I use souls on are the ones that I use. And then, like, maybe I go to my magic kingdoms and think about kingdom power with magic kingdoms. You don't got to go around to every single kingdom and level up every single troop at the beginning of the game when you're low on souls. Like, that's a thing you do, yes, but don't be going to that graveyard in Dark Souls as soon as you start the game. You know what I mean? Like, there's an order of operation for things. Just because you can level up your kingdoms and get higher kingdom power doesn't mean you do it when you're level 200 or 300. Like, you should, like, you don't have a lot of souls, so you're going to use them on troops that you use. And then, like, start working on your magic kingdoms and leveling up those troops. If you run low on souls, you don't have to work. You don't have to, like, go soul farming just to get a kingdom power in a weird kingdom where you get an HP. Like, that's for later on when you're mid. There's other ways to get stats that are way easier and faster early in the game. The last stat you should think about is your kingdom power stat. And it's a really good thing to think about. But it's not like the first stat you should think about, especially anything other than magic kingdoms. But it's a good thing. Like, it's a good reason to. I'm glad you're thinking about kingdom power, but you shouldn't be thinking about it like super early. I'd say level 500 and up is when you would start being like, oh, I need to go around and check all my kingdoms and see if I can level them up and stuff. And it's not like you shouldn't sit there and soul farm just to do like that under level 500. Like, soul farming is more for, you know, just do the vault super hard and, like, I don't know. Anyway, Ferris Ra used to be awesome for soul farming, and these days it's more Ironhawk that does it, or Moon Mage, or Rowan. And the vault keys, pity keys, you know, Nomapalooza's out the butt, like opening vault keys, getting tons of souls. So you can consolidate all your soul farming into one weekend now instead of doing it every day with a convoluted Ferris Ra team. But yeah, Ferris Ra definitely been falling and falling and falling. He used to be a top 10. He's probably one of the troops. He's probably one of the troops in the game that's fallen the most. He used to be a top 10, maybe a top 5, and now he's like not even a top 25 probably. Probably the craziest fall out of any troop, Ferris Ra. Could you think of another troop that's fallen harder than Ferris Ra? As far as like how much you need it in the game and how it used to be like a top 5 way back in the day. Anyway, anything else here, really? I don't think so. I think Kitar's pretty ho-hum. Setauri Warrior's good early game. White's pretty good early game. Skeleton, Wall of Bones, early game. But you're not going to need to throw event keys for those things. People used to get so excited about Ferris Ra, you could just put them on a thumbnail and you'd get tons of views. And if you're still getting that excited about Ferris Ra, you need to get with the times. So yeah, not a very good event key these days. What else is going on this week? Let's check it out. Alright, so Monday, which is today, we got the campaign. You need to get that done as soon as possible because then you have Guild Wars starting on Tuesday. So campaign and world event Monday, Tuesday, Guild Wars. Then a faction assault as well. Which one is that? Fang Moor or something like that? Let me go check it out. Which one is that? This always takes me way too long to find, too. Come on, bro. Fang Moor, I was right. Okay. Fang Moor. So I'll have teams for that as soon as it comes out on Tuesday. I hope. I hope I can do it. I don't know. I didn't do the scoring yesterday all of a sudden, so I hope I do a faction video. Then Wednesday we have the pet shrinks, I think. Maybe. Thursday, we have a Necromancer class, which is kind of an underrated class. It's not good or anything, but I think some people put it in, like, F tier or way down there, and it's not that bad. It's like a 50% start, Darkstorm type of... It's not bad. And then, Friday, this weekend, what do we have this weekend? I think Raids? Is that what it is? Raids? I can't remember now. Anyway, put it in the comments if I'm wrong, but I think it's Raids. Yeah. So, other than all of that, let's check out the campaign, and then we'll be out of here. What's on the adventure board? Some writs, some diamonds, or gems. Nice. Kind of having an off 24 hours. Last 24 hours. Like, motivation-wise, and... We never really thought about this, but kobolds were part goblin, part naga, with another part that desperately wanted to be a dragon. We headed to the underworld to see if the Setauri would speak with us about their god. Got this. We could do that real quick. 2 gem keys. One thing's like the place I live is being very annoying, and it's like messing with my whole mentality. And I want to move really bad. I wish I could move. Get out of here. Screwing me up. They suck really bad. Alright, guard captain. Let's open that too, just to see what's... I can easily show you what's next without doing some other video that gets 100 views, you know? Plus, just it's really competitive on Gems of War on YouTube right now, so sometimes I just, you know, not super excited. Open that. Not super excited to fight tooth and nail every single day of my life, you know what I'm saying? Complete all battles on a single adventure board. We can do this one too. Purple summoning stones. Alright. Back to back to back. Like, it's not just one time. Imagine fighting tooth and nail with a new person, like, every 6 months. And it takes 6 months for it to be over with. It was this guy, and then that guy, and then a grandma, and then another one, and then this guy. It's been crazy. It's every 6 months, it's a new person to fight tooth and nail with. It's kind of getting irritating and annoying. Keytar champion, okay, gladiator. This will be easy if you already have an arena started. If you have 4 battles going, you will only have to do 1 battle to get that done. So don't automatically skip that. Try to be smarter about it and have an arena like already going. That way you do 1 battle and it's over, instead of skipping it and doing something that takes longer. So yeah, that's what's up there. And what are we getting? Drool Goth. Okay, nothing too exciting. Artifact 5 armor. What do I got rewards? Oh. But yeah, that is it for today. I should have a faction video tomorrow. I said I would have scoring and I didn't do it, so now I'm like doubting myself. But most days I wake up and I'm excited to make a Gems of War video, so we shall see. Anyway, you guys are awesome, by the way. We had an awesome month last month. It has nothing to do with anything other than, like, I'm kind of, like, where I live is kind of wearing on me, and also just fighting tooth and nail on YouTube against another person every 6 months is kind of getting on my nerves too. But it is what it is, and yeah, I'll get over it. Sometimes, you know, you have one day where you feel a little bit down, and I get over it and I'm back to normal, so it'll be fine. But I hope y'all are doing great. Like, share, subscribe, consider joining. It helps a lot. Tell your good about the channel, comment below, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.